Have you ever walked into someone's home and instantly felt a sense of calm? No clutter, no strange smells, just warmth, freshness, and that subtle feeling that someone really cares for their space. Maybe you've even said to yourself, how do they keep it so nice all the time? Well, here's the truth. Keeping a spotless home doesn't require youth, expensive cleaning products, or endless hours of scrubbing. Especially not in our golden years. What it really takes is consistency, a few wise habits, and a little sprinkle of senior savvy. If you're over 60 and finding it harder to keep things in order, whether it's energy levels, joint pain, or just that feeling of, where do I even start? You're not alone. Life changes with age, and so do our priorities. But that doesn't mean our homes have to suffer. In fact, many seniors have discovered simple daily habits that keep their homes looking clean, feeling peaceful, and functioning with ease, without wearing themselves out. In today's video, we're going to talk about 7 of these daily habits, things that seniors with effortlessly spotless homes do without even thinking about it anymore. They've made it part of their lifestyle, and you can too. Whether you live alone with a spouse or even have grandkids visiting every weekend, these habits can help you take control of your space, reduce stress, and even make cleaning feel, well, kind of satisfying. Let's start with something that might sound simple, but it sets the tone for everything else. The first habit is starting the day with a reset. Before breakfast, before the news, before even sitting down with your cup of tea or coffee, take 5 or 10 minutes to walk through your main living space. Look around, not with the eyes of someone who's lived there for 30 years, but with fresh eyes, like you're visiting for the first time. Straighten the pillows, fold the blanket, clear the table, maybe open a window for fresh air. That little reset first thing in the morning isn't about deep cleaning. It's about reclaiming your space. It's a message to yourself. This is my home and I care for it. Many seniors who keep immaculate homes say this simple morning ritual makes all the difference. It prevents things from piling up and helps keep clutter in check. And here's the best part. It takes less than 10 minutes, but it creates a ripple effect. When you begin the day with that sense of order, everything else feels a bit more manageable. Now let's talk about something that often gets overlooked, but makes a huge impact, staying ahead of mess instead of chasing it. It's not glamorous, but it's smart. Seniors with spotless homes have mastered the art of the tidy-as-you-go habit. After a meal, they don't leave the dishes for later. After reading the newspaper, they don't leave it sprawled out on the table. They handle the small messes before they become big ones. Why does this matter so much, especially as we get older? Because energy isn't endless. You know how. It feels, one moment you're up and moving, and the next your back aches or your legs are asking for a break. So instead of letting the mess grow and facing a mountain of chores later, they chip away at things in little bursts. Wipe the kitchen counter right after making your toast. Rinse the sink after brushing your teeth. Toss that junk mail immediately, instead of letting it build into a paper pile that takes over your coffee table. This small habit doesn't just keep your home tidy. It keeps your mind clear. Visual clutter leads to mental clutter, especially when you're spending more time at home. It can make you feel overwhelmed without even realizing why. So every time you take 2 minutes to wipe, fold, or throw something away, you're not just cleaning your space, you're protecting your peace of mind. Another quiet habit that spotless home seniors rely on is giving everything a home of its own. Now this might sound like organizing 101, but there's a deeper wisdom here. When every item in Y... Now imagine this. You're sitting in your favorite chair, sipping a warm drink, the sun streaming in through the window. You glance around your living room and there's no clutter in sight. Everything is right where it should be. It feels good, doesn't it? That sense of peace, like your home is taking care of you as much as you're taking care of it. That brings us to another habit that spotless home seniors swear by: doing a little bit every day. You see, one of the biggest myths about keeping a clean home is that you need to dedicate hours to cleaning. The truth? That kind of all-or-nothing approach just doesn't work, especially as we get older. It's too tiring, too overwhelming, and frankly, it's not necessary. What works better, and what wise seniors have figured out, is choosing one small task each day. Just one. Maybe it's vacuuming the high-traffic areas on Monday, dusting shelves on Tuesday, wiping down the bathroom sink on Wednesday. It doesn't matter what the schedule looks like, as long as it's gentle and realistic. When cleaning becomes part of your rhythm, it stops feeling like a burden. Think of it like watering a plant. You wouldn't flood it all at once and then ignore it for weeks, right? You give it little sips of water consistently. Your home is the same. Small, daily care keeps everything fresh, manageable, and less likely to spiral into chaos. It also protects your energy, which becomes more valuable with age. Why spend a whole day cleaning when you could take 15 minutes each morning and still enjoy the same spotless result? Now let's talk about something that goes beyond routine. Attitude. Seniors who keep their homes effortlessly clean often have a very different way of thinking about chores. They don't see them as punishments or obligations. Instead, they see them as part of caring for themselves. Their home is an extension of who they are, and when they tidy up or wipe something down, they're not just cleaning, they're nurturing. There's a kind of quiet dignity in that. It's not about impressing anyone. It's not about showing off. It's about pride, comfort, and self-respect. When you hang up your coat instead of tossing it over a chair, you're sending a small message to yourself, I matter. When you fluff your pillow and straighten your bedspread, even if no one else will see it, you're creating beauty for your own joy. And here's something else. This mindset shift makes cleaning less stressful. Instead of groaning or dreading a task, you approach it like a gift. A warm home, a fresh towel, a clean table to eat at. These are little luxuries that we can give ourselves every day. And when you start to look at these habits with gratitude, instead of resentment, everything feels lighter. That's the secret, really. Seniors who maintain clean homes without burning themselves out aren't superheroes. They've just found a rhythm and a mindset that work for them. They make cleaning part of life, not separate from it. And because of that, their homes feel calm, welcoming, and full of peace. Now let's move on to something practical that makes a big difference. Being intentional about what comes into the home. This one might not sound like a daily habit at first, but stay with me. Because if you've ever struggled with clutter, chances are it didn't come from laziness, it came from too much stuff. Smart seniors know that the easiest way to keep a home clean is to be picky about what gets brought in. That includes shopping. Bags, gifts, magazines, junk mail, even well-meaning hand-me-downs from family. If you bring it in, you've got to find a place for it, clean around it, and keep track of it. So instead of adding more, they pause. They ask themselves, do I really need this? Will it add peace to my home or stress? This habit can look like setting a rule that nothing new enters the house unless something else leaves. It might mean politely declining that freebie at the pharmacy or tossing out expired items from the pantry once a week. It doesn't. And that brings us to one of the most underrated habits of all, closing the day with a calm-down routine. You know, just like you might wind your body down before bed, your home benefits from a little evening reset too. It doesn't have to be elaborate. Just 10 or 15 minutes at the end of the day to straighten things out, put things back where they belong, and set yourself up for a smooth tomorrow. For seniors who always seem to have spotless homes, this isn't some chore they dread. It's a peaceful little ritual, a way to say, today is done and I've taken care of my space. Think of it like tucking your home in for the night. Fold the throw blanket back over the couch, place the remote where it belongs, rinse any dishes left in the sink, and do a quick sweep of the floor if you have the energy. Maybe you even light a gentle scented candle or put on soft music while you do it. It's amazing how much difference this simple practice makes, because here's the truth. Mornings feel lighter when you don't wake up to yesterday's mess. You're not greeted by a sink full of dishes or papers on the counter. Instead, you walk into a space that's already calm and inviting. That kind of start to your day can influence everything: your mood, your energy, your motivation. It's a quiet act of love for your future self. And speaking of self-love, let's not forget something that often gets pushed to the side when we talk about cleaning: asking for help when needed. You might be surprised to hear this described as a daily habit, but for many seniors who maintain spotless homes, it's one of the most important. They've learned how to honor their limits. Gone are the days when you had the energy to bend and scrub for hours without blinking. And that's okay. Being wise means knowing when to delegate. Maybe it's asking your grandchild to vacuum when they visit. Maybe it's hiring a housekeeper once a month to do the deeper tasks. Maybe it's swapping chores with a neighbor. "I'll water your plants if you help me clean the porch." There's no shame in needing support. In fact, it's a strength to acknowledge what you can do and what's better handled with help. It keeps you safe, prevents injury, and lets you focus your energy on what matters most: your joy, your hobbies, your loved ones. Too many seniors try to carry everything alone, thinking that asking for help means giving up control. But the opposite is true. When you build habits that include asking for the right kind of help, you stay in charge of your life. You create a system that works with your reality, not against it. And that's the kind of wisdom that spotless home seniors quietly pass on. Not just how to fold the laundry just right, but how to live smart, not hard. Now, before we close, let's take a moment to step back and really feel what all these habits are about. They're not just tips for a tidy house. They're tiny expressions of dignity, order, and self-respect. Every time you make the bed, toss the junk mail, or wipe the bathroom sink, you're doing more than cleaning. You're creating an environment where you can thrive, where you feel proud to welcome others, and where your peace of mind is protected. You might be thinking, "But what if I haven't done any of these things for a while?" And that's okay, too. It's never too late to start. You don't need to overhaul your entire home or follow a strict checklist. Just pick one habit, any one that feels right to you, and start there. Do it gently, do it consistently, and let it grow. Small steps lead to big results, especially when done with intention. Remember, you deserve to live in a space that feels good, a home that supports your independence, reflects your personality, and wraps you in calm. And no matter your age or your energy level, that's still within your reach. These daily habits are simply tools to help you get there, bit by bit, with kindness and wisdom. And if you've made it this far in the video, I want to say thank you. You know, sometimes the most powerful lessons don't come from books or professionals. They come from real life. And if we're honest, every wrinkle, every ache, every moment of fatigue has also brought us something precious: wisdom. I remember talking to a woman in her late 80s. Her name was Ruth. Her home was always immaculate, but never cold. It was one of those places where you just felt welcome the moment you stepped in. There was a soft throw on the couch, the scent of fresh tea in the kitchen, and not a speck of dust on the mantel. I asked her once, "How do you keep everything so spotless without wearing yourself out?" She chuckled and said, "Oh, honey, I clean with love, not pressure." That stayed with me. I clean with love. What a beautiful mindset. Because spotless doesn't have to mean sterile or exhausting. It can mean intentional. It can mean peaceful. It can even mean joyful. We're not cleaning for perfection. We're creating space for life to happen, calmly, comfortably, and on our own terms. And if you ever feel like you've fallen behind, please don't let that thought take root. There's no such thing as too late. A clean, peaceful home can start with one drawer, one shelf, one moment of care. It's not about speed. It's about showing up for yourself every day in small, beautiful ways. Now, before we wrap things up, I want to leave you with 3 quick bonus habits. Tiny things that often go unnoticed, but can quietly elevate the way your home feels. First, keep surfaces clear. Whether it's a kitchen counter or a bedside table, surfaces can either calm the mind or clutter it. Seniors who maintain clean homes often have a rule: if something doesn't belong there, it gets put away right away. This small act keeps your space feeling open and light. Second, keep a donation basket nearby, somewhere easy to access, maybe the coat closet or by the door. Anytime you come across something you no longer use or love, just drop it in. No pressure, no big decision, just a simple way to keep things flowing out as life continues to bring new things in. And third, open the windows. Fresh air is the forgotten cleaner. It sweeps out stale energy, brings in new life, and makes any space feel brighter. Even 5 minutes a day can change the whole atmosphere of your home. Try it while you're tidying up. There's something beautiful about pairing motion with fresh air. It wakes up the room and your spirit. These little additions don't require effort, just awareness. And that's really what it comes down to: mindful living, tending to your space with intention, not pressure. Choosing presence over perfection. So if you're still here watching or listening, thank you. Thank you for valuing your space, your peace, and yourself. You're not just cleaning your home, you're caring for your life. One drawer, one dish, one peaceful breath at a time. If this video has resonated with you, I'd love it if you left a comment and shared a small ritual that brings peace to your day. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe. We've got more uplifting, practical advice coming your way, because living well isn't just for the young, it's for the wise. Here's to calm corners, clean counters, and a heart full of peace, no matter your age.